and welcome to episode 30, where today we will start a new project. Good. So, let's see where we are. We are slowly building this area up. We now have the gas power plant that is producing power, meaning we are now producing basically at our full potential. We have just arrived, and we will need to do something about the infrastructure here. Obviously, we will need more power to go into the harbor so that this pump can actually pump reliably. But now that I look at it, this single windmill is actually handling it pretty well. Like, we're pumping the oil out faster than it's actually being produced out of the ground. Cool. We will need power out here. We already kind of do have power out here. Yeah. Might be useful to actually connect this, but this will provide us with gravel, and we will be able to gravel up all of the roads that we have in the area. That's fine. And here is the... Well, look at them go. This is epic. Including the tiny little not carrying anyone to work. Fine. This is what we will do. We have the highway here. Well, at least a little bit of it. And this street that is going to connect to this place called, well, Molna, I guess. And that's going to be our, for now, biggest settlement. At least on the small island. And it will be used to produce nuclear products. The nuclear production is going to be polluting. And we probably might need to use rail to get stuff in there. But that's fine, because we also need rail to send workers in there. So might as well have rail handle all of that. And if we're lucky, we might use the settlement to... I don't want to call it breed, but that's what it is. Create more workers that we then can put into Strakarov. Because that will take ages to actually lay out the way I want it to be. So in the meantime, let's prepare this. What we will need is go into this view. Yep, height measurement, and slowly create this trench. And this will serve as a highway overpass. Or underpass, actually. Because there might potentially be a fair bit of traffic. And so it will make sense to, first of all, give ourselves a little bit of space. And you can hear them going crazy in the background. Yeah. So this will be the main road connecting to the city. Then we need to do the other part, which is raising the other end to about 22-23 meters. Now we know where the road was originally, so we can use that as a guide. And I need to be careful not to raise anything around the new road that we're going to have there, because then it would just make it crooked. And I should have probably bought some bulldozers. And you need about 10 meters of a difference for this to work correctly. And then we can use, I guess, the prefab bridge. Yeah, this is fine. God, it's okay. Let's buy some bulldozers. Show bulldozers. Is this all we have? Wow. Okay. Just buy those. And this is essentially what we need to do now. Throw there. Make sure that it's more or less aligned. That's not even. I wouldn't be happy with that. So the bullet isn't there yet. Almost. Let's put it in 1 speed. Actually, more than that. There. I'm not sure why they're not. Oh, it's not connected through here. Makes sense. Anyway, now we have bulldozers. Item center. 20 meters. 20 meters. That should be fine. Nope. Let's go a bit higher. What's this? 22, okay. Actually, no. Don't need to go. No. What is it? Bridge. And now we need to do the thing, which is build the bridges, they're not snapping, and connect them. And that creates the bridges the way we want them. Cool. You can start building the bridges. Next, we will need the one-way road connections, and I am thinking I might have shot myself in the foot. No. Let me see. If I delete this road, and select these. Turn on the snapping again. Yes. So this means that they cannot cross each other. We'll level this out. There's a limited radius that it can actually support for connecting like this. Which, you know, it is what it is. What we could do is just put like a strip next to it and then have it do like a merging strip. Sort of like this. That might not be bad. And then on the other side, you can live like this. Let's see, if I connect you like this, it is too steep. We can fix that. Yes. I wonder if we can. No, crossing not allowed. That's fine. Sure, this will slow them down. I know from experience. You kinda need to make a what do you call it? Like a wide arc like this. Yeah. And actually I can do it even better probably if I connect you more like this. What is it? Can you like snap to the correct thing? Thank you. Yes. And in fact, let's make this section a little longer. The other way. Okay, there and there. And then from that, we can either give it like a parallel line like this, or just have it split off. Which, considering the amount of traffic that we would realistically expect, won't be an issue. What am I doing? This direction. just a matter of remembering which side of the road you actually drive on. And then adjusting accordingly. That looks kinda trash. That is more like it. And then we need to have a way of getting off the highway. Come on, I saw it. Yes. You can go there and then connect in. Cool. And if you let me do that, then let's attempt to do something at least seemingly symmetrical. No. Like this. Cool. Now let's adjust this off. See, this is why I usually prefer to do the setting up off camera. Because it's usually a whole lot of nothing happening. But yeah, this will serve as a sort of prototype for what we can do later. It is kind of important to make this with these one-way roads, just so that like you're not actually mixing traffic and there's no tendency for vehicles to, let's say, get up the highway, go down here, and then reconnect back in and go back up. Because they can do that. But if you make the road longer, like this, they would have to go all the way to this node, which at that point they just won't. Unless, like, they actually need to, like, when the bridge wouldn't be there, which, luckily for us, you can't have that happen with stuff like earthquakes. They won't actually demolish bridges. Tactical coffee sip. Now that I think about it, let's give them this bypass and see if I can make this a bit better. Oh, you can't? Okay. Yes, this is what I want. So if you turn on grid snapping, you can connect two parallel roads, and it will give you this middle node. And then we can... Yes! And let's remove a little bit more of this road. And connect it like this. So now it actually has a much nicer Y junction. That they will be able to use. And I'm going to remove this. Just so that, like, this town's traffic is separated from the overall highway traffic that we're going to have. Cool. Cool. Start building the roads as well. And you know what? Here, have another bypass. And give me this. Next things we will need is some sort of way to collect workers and get traffic to the factory. So I'm probably going to start by planning the factory layout. And apparently there is a ratio to that as well. So let's see. I don't think I can actually build them yet. Yeah, no, I can't. We will need these later two buildings. Uranium conversion plant and the nuclear fuel fabrication. This will consume 0.4 tons of UF6. You will consume, or produce, I should say, 0.96, 0.96.4. So one of these uranium conversion plants can supply 2 nuclear fuel fabrication plants. Question is how expensive they are. What I do know is that they are huge. Let me go to my favorite painting tool. We would easily cover this kind of a footprint with the plants. At least that's how big I remember them being. We will need to get rail in here. We can splice it off of here, probably through there. And part of it will need to go to the town or city. Which we could do with a terminal station. There is a chance of building a tunnel through here, but apparently that's against like the unwritten rules of this challenge. Which is why I didn't even build a bridge through here, even though I could. And you know, it could replace like an early ferry style traffic, which that's probably one of the things that's missing in this game is ferries. Now you can have ships that can load vehicles, but you cannot have an established route that you will connect a building on this island, building on that island, and it will figure out that, hey, there's a point A and point B that are connected with a ferry, and it will just wait on one end, load into a ship, the ship will go there, and continue. You can do that with train cars, kind of. But it would be cool to have for vehicles. They're slowly working on the roads, and I say slowly, but they're actually decently fast. And yeah, from there we will probably have a road that goes... No, we said that we're going to supply it via rail. Which is going to probably be important, because if I look at the consumption... 0.75 tons, 0.21 tons of chemicals. So if we build 2 of these, 1 of these, that's going to be 0.21, 1.5, 1.7 tons of chemicals a day, which this isn't going to handle it. this might. As for drinking water, we might actually make use of this. So let's finish that. And that will supply water strictly for this city. Since we will be bringing rail out to this Bibzig place, it probably wouldn't hurt to also have a coal delivery. And with coal delivery, a heating plant. Also, since we're going to be delivering probably people by rail as well. Let me see. 80 and 40, 57A. So let's call it 100. 120. 120 as well. So there's like 360 people per shift. That's 1,000 people. We don't even need such a huge city or transport network. Which makes me think, what else could we produce in Bibzig? Vehicles, maybe. Let's see. Where's our research? Are you the one researching it? Yes. So let's plan out our initial where things are going to be. Nope. Just next to you. And so that's going to be the city center. And then we just need to put buildings alongside it. Which... let's use these. And I will need to make sense of it. What are you? Are you the corner? Yes. See, I'm thinking of filling out the gaps in Strakarov with these. And then let's use like a lower section. And I need to zoom all the way in, and now you can see why I'm not going to be planning Strakarov on camera. Because it's tedious, and I think you could get on Workshop. They were what do you call them? Like gate sections for these. But I don't think we'll need them here. I should also start counting how many people these are. These are 80, these are 270. So we're basically covered. No, that's for one shift. And I wanted to see the corner. It has roads heading out of it. So if I put you here, and then pick oh yeah, I can't actually place it corner to corner. Because the hitbox is just a little bit too wide. Doesn't matter. I will use these to create some kind of a space out here, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm probably doing it wrong anyway. The corner should be down here, if anything. Da, 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 da. Yeah, see, I can click these on their own. It becomes a problem when you wanna put anything next to them. See, the hitbox is just a little bit too wide, but that's not a problem. We'll just have footpaths going around them, and I'll see you once I've laid out the buildings. And we're back. So, the aggregate harbor is down, but I ran into a small issue. That is, when I looked at ships, we didn't really have any aggregate ships that we would be able to afford. So I had to go back, enable all the expired vehicles, and now we have the Boyton boats back. And here I discovered that one of them actually can handle garbage, which is great. Let me see. Plastic garbage. Yeah. Generally, plastic garbage isn't considered. Well, okay, Ignatov can actually load plastic waste. That's nice. But this Boysenborg can just straight up load waste, and that's great because that means that we can actually export waste via ship. What we will really need is this aggregate loading one. Let me see. Any other interesting ships? This one can actually hold a lot of aggregates. But it also costs about 1 million rubles. We don't have that. And it's not really efficient, like when you think about it. This one's about, like, I don't know, 3 times as much, let's say. Costs about 4 times the price. But yeah, we have more vessels to choose from now. And yeah, that's about it. So, what did I move on with here? I did plop down some more buildings. I did figure out how to put them like this. And then I was struggling with, well, how do we get people to there? And I'm like, well, we will build a train station. And then I realized it's just 1,000 meters. It doesn't need a train. The quantity does. Like, in terms of quantity, train makes perfect sense, except we're just going to be moving people in there, and so heating problems. Holy shit. Okay, that needs immediate attention. I would assume it's here. Actually not. It's here. Oh. Oh yeah, then that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Here, the finished aggregate harbor. It does have power now, it can accept gravel, it has track aggregate loading. So, I've moved out the trucks out here. They'll be able to load gravel from here. And you move that. And now we should have 12 of everything. Cool. Can't see anything. But that is fine. We will just need to start graveling up the roads. I will set up the road like this. This should be fine. I'm not planning any other stops between this. So, gravel, select this. And you can go have fun with this. Yep. What are you doing? I'm finished. Okay. And once the ship arrives, which is right now, you stop. Go beyond the orders, load gravel, because I don't really have a time to be setting up a specialized setup. Wait until I gravel. Go. You can pull fuels from somewhere? That's peculiar. Yeah. It will now go beyond borders, load gravel, bring it there, go back and forth, and that's fine. Here, right. So, we need to start constructing the rest of it, which for now will only be used to bring coal into the heating plant and bring containers up, and everything else will be handled with trucks. In theory, I could build a car factory or something in here as well, depending on how many people we have in Molna. But it remains to be seen. More importantly, a fence. Thank you. Yep. I need to set up the internal road layout, heating plant, water, garbage, all of that. And that's going to take more time. I've also planted some trees because, you know, you need to have a dense forest. In theory, we could do more grain production in this gap. We will see about that. I'm not really planning any other light industries in here. We will be glad to just man the factories that I'll have here. Start production building of these, which we now might have people that can move into them soon. And if we manage to fully staff this food factory, consistently mind you, then I can start producing chemicals. Also been thinking I might give them a distribution office rather than the setup that they have now. Solely because this tends to cause problems when maintenance needs to happen. Similar with this. And I'm planning that it could all be handled just by a single distribution office. Also, we have this. That's just for fuel for this area. That's fine. So what was I saying? Distribution office. Don't need anything big. Just a small one is fine. This probably should have been part of the chemical plant. It still can if you're not an idiot. Like this? Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Where's the fences? Demolish fence. Luckily for us, this is all brick. So, we can do this as many times as we want, because we're making our own. Now, part 2. This is finished. You don't really want to be connected. You know, that's fine. Bring this back. And gravel up. This will all be eventually asphalted. And yeah, this is fine. I'm just kind of thinking like how the outgoing traffic that goes from here gets there. They will have to take the roundabout, and that's fine. Is it the most efficient? No. Will it look cool? Maybe. Yeah, no, that's going to be fine. It's just like, hey, one goes to the left, one goes to the right, and this one only can go straight. If you want to go from there to left, you need to take the long way around. Just so you don't block each other. Cool. More gravel, please. You should be able to get to everything. Yeah, you get in there. I'm back. We might be blocking a bit of traffic for a little bit, because everything will need to start going through this section. But that should be fine soon. Did the gravel arrive yet? No. I actually didn't even calculate how much that is going to cost us. Don't really see the ship out anywhere. Well, it's probably going to be fine. How's research? 90%. Road construction is fine. Also didn't mention we'll have a medical university here because we don't have one yet, period. And after playing this for 25 in-game years, it's probably good to have one. It's usually the one that I start with anyway. Bit embarrassing that I was sleeping on it for this long. Can you have a middle node? You can. Almost. Yeah, this is a common problem. And so what you can do is, you remove this. You remember which fucking direction you went in. No snapping. And give me the grid so I know where the middle is. Because it's not perfectly on the node. I don't think so. No. So, there. And there. And now you have a node in the middle. So now I can build footpath like this. And because no city is completely far one, a massive statue of Lenin. And then a footpath right down the middle. Gravel this back up. And get to it whenever you want. Cool. Is that statue an overkill? Probably. But the bigger, the better. I was going to say the more Lenin, the more Adidas, but yeah, that's fine. And I guess I'll see you once the road construction's finished. We're almost done here. What I'll need to do now is build more road depots. Temporary ones are fine. And move everyone. Should also involve a gas station. And that can be handled by these guys. No, don't move. Unload, yep. And because I already have them here, and I have this pumping harbor prepared, I was thinking of using that for an actual fuel transfer. Like, actually, the fuel that I will be producing there, I could be bringing here with this pumping harbor and then have these handle everything on the island in terms of fueling. The fence is down. Let's give them a distribution office. Let me see where the fence thing is. Can fit it like this. Give you a shortcut. Assign construction. Cool. Go to fences and put back a little bit of that fence. You can build that as well. Cool. And now all the needs of this are going to be handled by a distribution office instead. We finished the road. Cool. Let's grab this up. This is almost done. Which would mean I can start grappling up the rest. And yeah, you're stuck behind the bulldozers. I could probably now... No. Press shift, no. Can't quite make that. Like this. And you're using that. It's probably worth putting like a highway gas station somewhere in here. Probably here. It will need power though. But that should be fine. No. Question is, can I? Yeah, I could. If I really wanted to, I could just connect this. And have a way of them to go from this side to then return back. So that they don't need to go all the way out here. But at that point I'll probably go to this crossroad, turn around there. Can you fit a mechanism? Yes. Are the bulldozers back yet? No, they're blocking traffic, including this one. Train is waiting too long. Go home? Good thing you're just exporting food, not importing grain. That could be unfortunate. Yep. Oh, it's just 18,000 for a full shipload. Yeah, good thing I went back and bought these older ships. I guess we can go back for now. Research finished. Cool. We can end the episode on this one. So, next thing. uranium mining techniques, if I'm not mistaken, is what we need next. Uranium mining techniques, uranium separation techniques, uranium enrichment, nuclear fuel. Yep. This will take a long time. Actually, in comparison, this took 1700 days, so yeah. No, not a radio. Technical University. Uranium mining techniques. Speaking of radio, how are we doing? Good. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have fun and, yeah, have a good one.